Hello and welcome to another Maximum Power Up video. I'm Paul. Today it's just a bit of a mixed bag, bit of a catch up, things being up to, things being buying, things coming up with a show, events I'm hoping to be getting along to represent the podcast and then hopefully mention it. So obviously quite a few things to try and fill into 10-15 minutes. Well, fit into, not fill into. See, already wasting time. First of all, anyone who's downloaded episode 7, our Football Manager special, looking back at our memories with Tony Jameson, who's currently up at Edinburgh Fringe, touring his show. Obviously, I hope you've enjoyed it. We've had some really good feedback. It's doing great numbers and everything, which is great to see because obviously we enjoy doing the shows. We're about to start work on episode 8. I'm going to look, well, I'm not going to give anything too much away just yet, but something that is very close to my heart. So, basically, what I've been up to. First thing, just a quick couple of pickups, because I really try not to be buying anything. I did tweet out this picture the other day. I picked up a few PlayStation 1 games for £1 each from Cash Generator, I think it was, yeah. So I picked up Death Trap Dungeon, based on the old Steve Jackson, Ian Livingstone book. Something I've never played, and it's quite an early release as well. So got the instruction manual. Also got the Beastry book with it, and the disc as well. So all complete for £1, not bad at all. Also picked up, which is a game I've never played, by Revolution Software, guys who did Broken Sword series and a lot of other point and clicks. Again for £1. I've heard good things, both discs inside and instruction manual, so looking forward to at least trying that. Don't know much about it. Same with this one. This one is by Namco, called Rescue Shot. I think a bit more of a recent game, going off the number on the spine there, well, 2,569. So something I've never ever played before. So I just thought I'd pick it up just because it was a little bit different. Obviously I've seen things like Point Blank and Girl Panic, which are advertised in there. And then obviously you've got the instruction manual and the disc as well. So look forward to at least trying that at some point. And then finally Monopoly, which, well, everyone knows what Monopoly is by now, surely. Now, I'm really bad at Monopoly and I do lose my temper quite a bit, so it'll be interesting to see if the same thing happens with the game. Other than that, I've also been up to catching up with some of the PlayStation magazines. So in here we've got Resident Evil 3 review, gave it 10 out of 10. Gran Turismo 2, again, got 10 out of 10. And then there's some really awful reviews as well. Not going to go through that magazine though, because I've got another one that I want to have a look at in a moment. Also, I've been at the Manchester Science and Industry Museum for the Replay Events Play It evening do the other week, where it was ocean themed. I was lucky enough to host that with a few ocean legends, a Q&A session. Managed to have a couple of beers afterwards, and just it was great just to obviously hear a few stories of times at ocean and everything like that. Anyone who went, obviously, hopefully they enjoyed it as much as I did. As well as that, for my ocean book, I managed to get a couple more signatures, Stephen Thompson and Simon Cobb, to go with the others that I got really at Revival last year. Met quite a few new people there as well, so as well as them, hi, and also a big thank you to Dave Moore from Replay Events, who gave me the opportunity to host that Q&A, and also got handed a flyer here for Superbike 2015, held over in Manchester. I mentioned this last year, back when I did Retro Asylum. Never got along to it. This year I do want to obviously check it out, check some music out, things like that. So we'll see. There's a few different days, loads of things going on as well, so I really think I should get along to that, at least see what all the fuss is about. Very good things. So yeah, that's that really. Now, one thing I want to have a quick look at is going all the way back to when I started buying magazines. So as a kid, like I said so many times, my first machine was the Atari ST. So after covering, you know, Nintendo magazines, Sega and things like that, the Amiga as well, I want to have a look at a couple of ST mags. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but these are magazines that I got at Revival last year. I've not actually seen this seller again since. It's one called 16/32-bit systems. I managed to get a couple of ST format magazines, complete with cover discs, which is great to see. And they were like, say, £1 each, so you can't go wrong, you know, for £1. And I also got ST Action magazine, again with a cover disc, which had a game called Deathbringer and Super Space Invaders. Now, I'm going for this one because this is from April 1990. This is roughly around the time I started buying ST Action. Like I mentioned before, you used to get obviously demo discs, so it was a great chance to obviously play a few levels of some, you know, new games. I remember getting a demo of James Pond and playing it to death. So, anyway, let's have a quick look. Well, just mentioned a few minutes ago, we've got a double page spread here for Ocean. So advertising Untouchables there, slap bang in the middle, Chase HQ, Platoon, sorry, not Platoon, Operation Thunderbolt. So a few massive titles around that time. Like I say, it's only going to be a quick flick through. Here we have got an advert for, God, still by Palace Software as well. That's really surprising. Future Wars, which again I never really got into as a kid, and also Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit. Just move this along, like I say, as quick as possible. We also have a few games here by Gremlin, one that gets mentioned quite a bit. Impossible Mole, or Monty Mole, obviously one of those sort of like platform icons, you know, like back in the 80s. And just again, moving on, we have got, like with all the magazines back then, looking at what's on the cover disc, interviews with the people behind the games, telling you a little bit about obviously demo and everything like that. So we have got, just moving on a little bit, this was quite cool but something I never actually used. Chaos Editor, which is for Dungeon Master, which I've said so many times is like one of my favourite games of all time. Now, I like to say I never actually use the editor at all, so like, seeing this now really makes me want to obviously play the game again. But sadly, I've no ST at the moment, and I can't really see myself getting around to one at the moment, because I keep saying it wanted ST or an Amiga, and it's just not happened. Moving on anyway, we've got a advert here for Defenders of the Earth, based on the old TV show, something that I used to watch quite a bit. Here we've got 2 pages of Q&A for text-based adventures, well not text-based, sorry, the old adventure games I should say. Down here, probably just about make it out, we have got Zach McCracken. Someone's obviously wrote in for a bit of help. Obviously no internet back then, so it really was a case of writing into magazines or just constantly hammering away at it. Here we have got one of the first reviews for Crackdown, based on, well, Sega's game, well, not based on, it just is, published by US Gold at 74%. What else? Also got just a lot of things which really jump out and remember playing really. Speaking of Operation Thunderbolt before, there's 2-page spread there, giving it 76%. Yeah, I think that is. So, you know, not brilliant, but not bad either. Just moving on again. Now this, I played fairly recently on, I think it was on PS3 Capcom Collection, well, the PSN Capcom Collection, which was Black Tiger. Not a bad game, and again, 76%. Nearly every single review seems to be late 60s, early 70s. It's either a bad month or we just, you know, sit on the fence. Moving along, again, yeah, that's really it for reviews, more or less, because now we've just gone to the usual cheats, something that Aaron White from Retro Gaming Daily Show will no doubt be laughing at, because that's something that I always went to, the cheat pages first of all and walkthroughs, because like I said before, terrible at games. God, I was at loads and loads and loads of pages of cheats. Competition here, oh no, a couple more reviews as well. Competition to win a camcorder and look as stylish as this lady here. And then we also have got a review for Rainbow Islands, giving it 78%, so a bit more favourable that time, done by Ocean. Another game I do remember, but I've actually played a game called Emotion. I just always remember like Einstein being on the cover, but giving that 82%. See, it must just be a case of the highest rated games at the back. And here again with Ocean. Ocean want to join a winning team, so obviously contact Gary Bracey there. What else have we got? So moving along, a game which I absolutely loved back in the day. I remember getting a demo of this, Pipe Mania. Obviously just a simple puzzle game, obviously getting more difficult as it goes on. 85%, see, my theory's happening, until I get to this, Space Harrier 2. 62%. So obviously shot down that theory straight away. Something called the ST Sound Blaster advertised there, something I've never ever used. And then really getting towards the end, there's nothing else that's really jumping out. Oh, Player Manager, I know we've just done an episode on a Champ Manager and Football Manager. Giving that 76%, showing Wigan there at top of Division 3. So yeah, I never actually played Player Manager on the ST. And then here we've got the familiar adverts right at the back from, is it Silica? Yeah, Silica. Should have known that really from how it's set out. So that really is just a very, very quick look. Oh, what's that? Yak Shack feature right at the end. And then we've also got an advert for Lost Patrol, again by Ocean. So that was just basically a quick look at ST Action, like I say, the first magazine that I ever bought, you know, so a lot of fond memories. Really, that's it. Again, if you're not downloaded our latest episode, give it a listen. Even if you're not into football, we try to make it entertaining, the usual rants and embarrassing stories from me and my awful game playing past, which obviously just continues to this day. And now obviously we're almost ready to start work on episode 8. Alright, thanks for watching. Again, if you're not already, please leave us an iTunes review. I know it only takes a couple of minutes and not everyone's into iTunes, but it does mean a lot, and honestly it gives that sort of like warm, happy feeling of, hey, thank you. Alright, thanks a lot. See you soon.